Hi, I'm Mackenzie Pyatt, and I'm here with Kevin Gillespie, who's the co-author of a book called Collaborative Helping, along with Bill Madsen of the Family Centered Services Project. So Kevin, why don't you tell us how you came to writing this book about collaborative helping?
Well, some years ago I had a thought about writing a book. My original thought was about writing the book called Helping, Simply Helping. And it really had two notions about what I wanted to write the book about. And one was kind of the essential nature of helping, intended for really people who work in all social services and healthcare services and, you know, broadly defined helping professions. But then the second, in Integrated Services, the company I work for, we have a lot of really pretty spectacular paraprofessional helping workers who work in homes and in communities to essentially help people to help themselves, to be more healthy and to have better lives. And the second intention was to write a book about kind of to uplift the profession of doing community-based helping work. And so, you know, I didn't really know how to write a book, and I wanted a partner to work with, somebody who knew what they were doing and who I could relate to on a personal level. So I read a bunch of books, and I found a book called Collaborative Therapy with Multi-Stressed Families by my friend and colleague Bill Madsen. And I reached out to Bill and I called him. He lives in Cambridge, Massachusetts, works outside of Cambridge. And I called him and he was gracious enough to meet with me. So I went to Boston and we had lunch and talked about some of our ideas and formed a partnership to write the book, which we were able to do.
That's great. So tell me a little more about the basic principles of collaborative helping.
Well, the principles are pretty simple, and yet in the routine of doing daily helping work and some of the pressures that come from the payment systems and the bureaucracies of helping, it can get sort of tough out there. But it's really based on four core principles, foundational principles of respect for the people that we serve, collaborative helpers, anywhere from home-based workers to nurses to therapists and everything in between. So we try to find in the applied work in our own company, we try to find people, you know, recruit people who have sort of an embedded deep respect for the people that we serve. It's sort of akin to cultural competence, what a lot of people would think of as cultural competence, but we put a great emphasis on that. The second one, and this is the discipline, is working on a mutual connectedness with the people that we serve. That is to say that, you know, the people that we recruit and the way we train them, we really emphasize on working on not only do we feel connected to the people that we serve in a personal way, but they report the same thing, that there's a shared connectedness, that we're kind of in it together in a helping relationship. The fun core principle for me is curiosity. It almost at times verges on nosiness, so that, you know, a lot of the people that we serve in the work that we do things that we can't really understand, and sometimes they do things that really seem kind of not very nice to us, you know? They get into trouble and do some things that we just can't understand, but we hire the kind of people who are naturally just sort of curiosity about, well, what makes you tick? Who are you? Where do you come from? What motivates you? And finally, the final core foundational principle is hope. If you're able to accomplish those three things, respect, a mutual connectedness, and maintain that sort of playful curiosity about doing the helping work, then you're naturally going to have a shared sense of hope about, you know what, we can do better together. We can have a better day. You know, we can have a better second half of the day than we had the first half of the day, and so on. So it's respect, connection, curiosity, and hope are the core principles.
That makes a lot of sense. And what about the framework itself? You referred to it as a map.
Well, you know, that comes from the work. Bill Madsen has a lot of experience with narrative therapy, and Bill has extensive experience applying some of the framework of narrative therapy to child welfare work. So respect, connection, curiosity, and hope, that's pretty practical, pretty intuitive, sort of common sense. In some ways, the collaborative helping framework is even more common sense. So it's about putting a basic framework on our work and the way we organize our service organizations, the way we manage employees of service organization. And the basic framework is acknowledging that we have and discovering a shared vision for where we want to be, identifying obstacles to that shared vision, but likewise identifying supports that help us to get to that broad shared vision, and finally negotiating with the people that we serve an actual plan, a shared plan from getting from point A to point B to the shared vision. So that's the collaborative helping framework.
That all sounds really interesting. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your book. For more information on collaborative helping, you can visit integratedservice.org. Thanks for watching.